Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we've all known that the marketing tactics that a lot of these major game corporations have been using over the last few years, trying to appeal to a more modern audience, has completely and totally blown up in their faces. And obviously there's been things like Sweet Baby Inc., Detected, and all of those other kind of things that are going out there and finding the kind of games that have been influenced by this kind of agenda-driven nonsense, the diversity, inclusion, and equity that they so love to promote. Well, we know that that's not going out very well. We obviously saw the disastrous dumpster fire that was Sony's Concord completely and totally blow up in their faces, and ended up being literally ended up being the biggest video game disaster in all of history, boys and girls. And now it looks like there's a shift in the wind. They know this stuff is not working. They know this stuff is not selling. And when it comes to the Silent Hill 2 remake, Konami is now deleting anything that has references to modern audiences, even though we've already seen the results for ourselves. And is it a shift in the wind? Are things going to get better? Oh, no, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Mon TV over there has got some inside sources out there that tell us that no, they're not changing their ways in any way, shape, or form, and they are going to have to be punished even more before they finally decide to completely and totally ditch the diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense that has devastated and damaged the video game industry. So, from our dear sweet friends over at That Park Place, John F. Trent, Konami deletes post announcing Silent Hill 2 Remake was designed for a modern audiences. Oh yes, the backtracking is going out there, boys and girls. They are trying to erase any kind of history that they've got going through and doubling down on this kind of stuff in the marketing. And at the end of the day, we will not ever let them forget. We know what kind of disastrous dumpster fire Silent Hill 2 will probably end up being, and we cannot wait to see exactly how much of a failure this ends up being. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, but before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below letting us what you think about this. Does it surprise you at all that Konami is trying to hide all of their woke marketing when it comes to this game? Do you think it will actually end up being a shift in the wind? Or do you believe the inside sources over there that are going to say that no, this is going to keep going exactly the same way until they get punished even more? Well, let us know what you think about all that down below. Also, check out the links in the description down below as ways you can help support this channel. So for thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet John F. Trent, Konami, the publisher of Bloober Team's upcoming remake of Silent Hill 2, deleted their post announcing the game was designed for modern audiences. You know, that fictional thing that doesn't actually exist and has cost Hollywood billions of dollars and is now costing the video game industry billions of dollars? Yeah. At the end of May, Konami published a post on X that has since been deleted, where it announced, see how the Bloober Team's devs working on Silent Hill 2 preserve authenticity while adapting a horror classic for modern audiences. Boy, we wonder why there's a bunch of red flags around this remake. The post also included a video that featured the game's lead producer, Michelle Glom, stating, I think the biggest change that we've had is how we've actually had to make the game approachable for the newcomers who have not played the original, but at the same time retain the familiarity of the game that players remember from 20 years ago. Creative designer and lead director Melissa Lawrence added, our goal is from the very beginning was to maintain the game's atmosphere while modernizing the gameplay to make it competitive in 2024. Yep. There's that marketing speak, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's how they always convince all of the executives that this is going to be the next big hot thing, that everybody's just going to love it, boys and girls. Well, you don't want to be left behind. You want to be woke. You want to have the diversity, inclusion, and equity in there. You don't want to be left behind. You don't want to miss out on this new modern audience. Now, do you? You don't want to be on the wrong side of history. The video also featured commentary from Barbara Cook, Bloober's team senior narrative designer, who explained how the company changed the story. In the remake of the story remains largely the same. However, with the magic of modern technology, we will expand on some aspects of it. Oh, yes. The hardest was designing the combat. We want to be as faithful as possible to the original game, but we also want players to feel satisfaction while playing. Remember that it needs to fit the horror genre. That's right, it's supposed to be scary as all hell. And what do you want to bet? They've toned some of that down. The post from Konami appeared to confirm suspicions that the game was being injected with the DEI agenda by Bloober Team and the video game consultancy Hit Detection following the redesign of the character Angela that was shown off during the PlayStation State of Play. Yes, that's right, they made her fat. They literally added to probably what looks like anywhere to 30 to 40 pounds. Literally, she goes from having this lovely little slim, slender face to literally she looks like a freaking swollen tomato. It's absolutely insane. Manga Lawyer shared his suspicions on X. Bloober Team has hired Sweet Baby Inc. 2.0 Hit Detection as a sensitivity consulting company for Silent Hill 2 Remake plus ESG Konami. Ever wonder why Maria looks so sanitized? Not spoiling the game, but it's over, bros. Pack your things. When they said modern audiences, they mean it. Oh, yes, they do, but they're trying to backtrack now, but it's too little too late because at the end of the day, the internet is forever. A Hit Detection employee, Jacob Geller, recently confirmed that the company did indeed work on the game. He shares a screenshot of the credits and wrote on X, "I consulted on the Silent Hill 2 remake. I had a really great experience working with the team. Because of this, I won't really be talking about the game publicly. Have fun figuring out your own takes." Oh, yay. The game's going to be left up for a modern audience's interpretations. Oh, joy. It's unclear why Konami decided to delete the post. However, a rumor from YouTuber Eddymon indicated that the video game developers would attempt to hide their woke propaganda by no longer marketing it publicly. According to my sources, and this is one of the most damning allegations, so please listen carefully here, is that the game industry across plenty of studios will start to market their games as being devoid of identity politics and pandering almost completely. They're trying to cover it up. They're trying to hide. They know woke doesn't sell and it causes them to go to broke, so they're going to try to keep their mouths shut about it. However, the actual content within these games in the future will not be altered or lessened in terms of identity politics content despite the tonal change in marketing. Oh, they're just going to hide it and cover it up and do bait and switches, and they'll just be like, well, we were just trying to subvert your expectations. Yeah, the funny part about this is red flags exist for a reason. Your audiences and your customers are smarter than you have ever been and always will continue to be. They will sniff this out. They will find this, and these games will still turn into a flop, even though you might not be pushing it as the gayest thing ever, like what we saw with Disney's Star Wars as The Acolyte. Simply put, many studios and publishers are still all in on DEI and wokeness in the future. Like, they are not changing that, and they still want you to consume this content whether you want it or not. But they will now sell you the games by marketing to you to trick you into thinking they are not woke, basically. Color us shocked there. Their goals are still the same. Their words are just going to change form, just like it's no longer Sweet Baby Inc. It's another Who Knew Hit Detection or one of these other kind of esque companies out there that all do the exact same thing. But at the end of the day, Konami, you can try to erase all of your history all you want. You can try to eliminate the woke propaganda marketing that you were pushing around the Silent Hill 2 remake. At the end of the day, the audiences, the customers, the gamers out there are smarter than you and always have been. They will find this stuff, they will sniff it out, and they will make sure that the whole world knows what a disastrous dumpster fire of garbage, woke, DEI injected nonsense that these games will continue to be. You think you can hide, but I promise you, you will not be able to. We are smarter than you, we are faster than you, and we have always been better than you when it comes to sniffing this kind of stuff out. For a long time, many people's eyes were closed at this kind of stuff. But as you can see now, as YouTubers and other independent content creators and independent reporters out there go out there and cover this stuff and continue to replace more of the legacy industry, whether it be IGN or whether it be the mainstream news media out there, they are failing miserably. Fans are getting smarter than them. And guess what? We are not going to deal with your BS. We will sniff it out. We will find you out, and it will just be the next disastrous dumpster fire that you absolutely deserve to get, because at the end of the day, you decided to bet on a modern audience that doesn't exist. It has failed miserably. And hey, guess what? You're going to get exactly what you deserve, Konami.